believe in equal rights for all people. In fact, I helped draft the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights.
Ma, don't you sound very political.
Well, my uncle was a president.
Oh, sure. And I bet you were married to a president, too.
I was married to a president. How did you know?
Oh, my.
And this may further put your knickers in a bunch. My maiden name happens to be the same as my married name.
Goodness, you must have saved a lot of money on personalized stationery.
Of course, and after all, that meant a lot during the Great Depression.
Dear me, I know who you are.
That's right, I'm...
Wait, not so fast. Before you give it away, why don't we give the viewers a chance to guess? Our mystery guest was a civil rights activist. Her uncle was a president. Her husband was a president. Maiden name was the same as her married name. In fact, she's...
I'm Eleanor Roosevelt, of course. Now, if you don't mind, there is a cocktail weenie with my name on it.
Not if I get to the buffet table first, Eleanor.
Back off, big guy.
Okay. Until the next haunted house party, where you'll hear me say...
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, I'm talking here. That's better. All right, it's time once again to play Poop or Scoop. Can you tell the straight scoop true from the animal poop false? Test your knowledge of the animal kingdom by separating fact from fiction. Let's get right to it with our first animal. Poop or Scoop. Some ants can turn other ants into their slaves. Think about it. If you believe ants can turn other ants into slaves, go Scoop. But if you ain't buying that, go Poop. And the answer is, it's the straight Scoop. Slave maker ants enter another ant colony and send out a fake panic signal. During the confusion, the attacking ants steal the pupae from the colony and raise them as slaves. Here we go, gang. Next one. Poop or Scoop. Some fish carry their own flashlights. Are you buying that one? Do some fish have their own flashlights? If yes, vote Scoop. If you think this is one dim tail, vote Poop. And the answer is, it's the straight Scoop. You guessed it. The flashlight fish carries billions of luminescent bacteria in a pouch just below each eye. He uses the light to see at night and inside the dark crevices of coral reefs. Here's the next one. Poop or Scoop. The Jesus lizard gets its name from the fact that it can heal people. If you believe that, go Scoop. But if it's a little too miraculous for you, go Poop. And Poop it is. The Jesus lizard gets its name because it appears to walk on water. He has large feet that move really fast. Now this lets him skip across the surface of ponds in his native Central America. Moving on, Poop or Scoop. Young sand tiger sharks need the protection of their mothers until they're almost 2 years old. If you believe it, vote Scoop. But if you think that's a little fishy, vote Poop. And the answer is, it's animal poop. You see, tiger sharks begin fighting right in their mother's womb. Now, the strongest embryo eats its brothers and sisters. So, by the time it's born, the tiger shark is already well-nourished and aggressive enough to take care of itself. Well, kids, that's all we got for you today. If you got only one right, you're a party pooper. 2, and you're a pooper scooper. 3 makes you a super pooper scooper. If you got all 4 questions, you're what else? A super duper pooper scooper. I'm telling you, you can't get this kind of entertainment just anywhere. So please, join us again next time for Poop or Scoop.
Ahoy, matey! Shiver me timbers! Yo ho ho! Look alive, ye lollygaggers! I'm the incredibly dead Captain Bones. I've been sailing the 7 seas for an eternity, and I'll tell ya, I'm a bored stiff. The only thing that saves me from going stark raving mad is making up math puzzles using nothing but me own bones. Now watch closely, and just do as I say, or I'll surprise the life out of ye. Just watch me bones. Think of a number between 1 and 10, or higher if you think you can handle it. Now, multiplier by 5. Time's up, you thumb-twiddling yahoos. I'm tired of spoon-feeding you. You should be ready to add 10. I said add 10, you polyester-loving, speedo-wearing hobgoblins. All right, now double it. Divide her by 10 now, you pack of teary-eyed, love story-watching, old yeller-crying babies. And for good measure, subtract your original number. Can you do that, you stuffed animal-hugging, lullaby-wanting daughters? So, what number did you get? It's 2. 2! Do you see it now? Arr, you got all the taste of your mother's meatloaf, and you're just as good looking. Believe me, it's nothing to brag about.
I'm Lens McCracken, ace photo snoop. I cover the crime beat. Sure, some people say I'm the worst photographer ever and that I couldn't take a picture if it was handed to me. This is where you come in, kid. See if you can figure out what I've been snapping. Then, it's just a matter of using my sharp deductive reasoning and keen logic to solve the crime. It was a beautiful spring day when, bang, something went wrong. The farmer's cow had been stolen. And that's why, after much thought, I call this case the case of the stolen cow. Look at these 3 photos. They should bring the whole mystery into focus. Here's my first photo clue. Now, I guess I zoomed in way too close. Something about this clue is real juicy, though. What do you think, Shortcake? Zowie, this picture puzzles me to the bottom of my soul. I can't help looking at it like I'm getting the old runaround. Any ideas? Ouch, sorry, baby, but this glue is so hurting it needs first aid. Take a long, hard look at all of them. Well, I don't know how you're doing, but I got nothing. Let's try my trusty darkroom computer, the Solutionator. here's the close-up. Did you figure it out? It's a strawberry. Pretty ripe. Now, let's see the next photo. Jeez, I'd feel like a heel if I didn't get this one. It's a sneaker, of course. But I haven't cracked this case yet. This one's a little sticky. That's a Band-Aid. I think that clenches it. So, I get it. A marathon runner saw the strawberry in a strawberry patch, see? And he couldn't resist it. So he ran off the track to pick it. Following me so far? So anyways, he trips and loses his sneaker. When he gets up, he sees he's injured and in need of a Band-Aid. After administering some first aid, he's still so injured he can't walk. Follow me? So he does the obvious. He cowjacks the farmer's prize heifer for a ride. Bingo, case closed. Hey, it's a real no-brainer. Especially when you're Lenz McCracken. Photo snoop.
It's time for Crashbox Rewind, where we flash back through the show and remind you how smart you really are.
Slave maker ants enter another ant colony and send out a faint panic signal. During the confusion, the attacking ants steal the pupae from the colony and raise them as slaves.
Mr. Guest was a civil rights activist. Her uncle was a president. Her husband was a president. Maiden name was the same as her married name. In fact, she's...
I'm Eleanor Roosevelt, of course. The United Nations, or UN, was formed in 1945 to promote world peace. Although the United Nations building is located in New York City, the land is not part of the United States. It has its very own internationally zoned land.
We got a duck, a baseball cap, and a wallet. What do they all have in common? They've all got bills, and so do I.
Well, that's it for now. See you next time. Play Crashbox at HBOforkids.com. People can sometimes think bad things of me because I'm special ed, but a lot of times people think I'm really smart.
I usually don't think I can't. I have hard time with, but that's different than can't.
I can do everything that anyone else can do, but it might take me more time.
If we set our minds to it, we can do it.
Well, I've been defeated, and then I was given hope, and I want to show that hope will not die.
We have different minds that we're going to be able to do great things in the future. I definitely agree with that. I can't do this, but I can do that. A film for families about learning differences. My name is Abby, and I have dyslexia.
Alright, one more, right?
Reading and spelling and writing are the things that I'm not so much good at. And traversed.
Traversed.
Do you want to read? I think if you read it, I might get a little bit of it, but I can't understand it at all.
Abby has dyslexia, a learning difference that causes her to mix up similar words, letters, and numbers.
Have you started writing it yet?
One of my teachers didn't know that I was dyslexic, so he was like, you got a paragraph done in 45 minutes. I'd see the other kids whizzing through the paper, just doing problems, and I'd be still on the first one, because no one had taught me at all. They had taught me the way they learn, not the way I learn.
We are going to put 2:36 on your mini clocks. Turn your clocks around, Abby. It's okay if you got it wrong because you know we learned from our mistakes.
Why am I not good at the easy stuff?
And we are going to put it to 1 hour ago. And can you show me that on your clock, please? Okay, Abby, can I see your clock, please? Can you tell me what time that is? Okay.
Why am I not like everybody else? It's always sort of, for me, something's on the other side of the wall. But I can't get to it because I can't get through this easy stuff.
Most of her writing throughout first grade was backwards. This was I Don't Like It, her title for her Dr. Seuss for the Green Eggs and Ham. She moved on from that to everything became phonetic. Sister is S-T-E-R, Flyd is F-L-Y-D, and Heaven was H-E-V-I-N.
Nobody got my story. Nobody understood what I was going through. Nobody knew what was wrong with me. We went to recess and I got pulled out. And I had to sit there and read.
Okay, Abby, you have 5 minutes exactly to read the passage and answer the questions. Starting now.
It was just making me so angry. Why am I losing recess every day? Why? The teacher went out of the classroom, and I heard her say, Abby's stupid. I was like, well, she called me stupid, so I must be stupid. It was just like the worst year of my life. It was a nightmare. It wouldn't stop.
She had written a note that she wanted to read to them at school, and it said, if you knew how I felt, you would see how hard it is. I would let you in and get you help. But now it's too late. See you never again. And she had drawn her broken heart to show how she was feeling.
If you don't get the right help, then it's not worth, living almost. We heard somebody playing a mouth organ.
We were told that she will never keep up and she would never learn to read. They said she's just slow. You should accept her for what she is. I didn't believe it in my gut. So that was when we chose to put her in a full-time program.
After several months with a reading specialist, Abby has an easier time keeping up in class.
How many L's are in show? 2 or 1?
2.
How do you spell because?
B-E.
Never mind, I'll spell it on my own. Stop. Is there an A in it? Because there's no A in mine, my version.
I've added an A into the version.
I used to really hate reading because I didn't know how to, and it just became a big pain. Now I love books.
Weary? What's weary?
Weary? What's weary?
That's wiry.
Every day I get more faith in myself.